What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another very special review over here on Burnout Brighter. My name is Matt, and I'll be your host for this review's events. On this episode, we're going to be talking all about OlliOlli World, coming to us from the developers Roll7, and a huge shout out to Private Division. Thank you so much for the code for review. We appreciated it very, very much. If you're unfamiliar with OlliOlli World, it is a skateboarding platformer, and it is one of my favorite games this year so far. You can find it on Windows, on Switch, on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and the Xbox Series family. I myself have been playing it on my Steam Deck, and it's been a fantastic experience so far. The game is colorful and full of so much personality. Now, I was a huge skater kid growing up. Skateboard culture was something that I really identified and had a lot of fun with, and it's still kind of a part of me in the music that I listen to and in the games that I enjoy to play. So OlliOlli World was like this it came along at the perfect time, and I'm having an absolute blast with it. Now, I can't really speak enough about how good this game is. Playing on the Steam Deck, it's been running flawlessly. I've had a couple frame rate slowdowns and the battery on the deck was low, but when I played over here on PC as well, I had absolutely no issues, no frame rate issues whatsoever. Everything ran flawlessly. The game is full of personality. It is so colorful and it is so zany and weird, and I feel like it really does capture the skateboard. It really does capture that kind of skater vibe and that skater lifestyle in a lot of its options and its customization. It just nails it. Now, the way that you'll progress through OlliOlli World is there are 5 different main kind of areas that you'll go through, ranging from deserts to forests to by the beach, as you'll work through different levels. Each level you'll have a couple different objectives. One of the kind of main 2 that you'll have for each level will be get to the end without using any checkpoints. And I've done that for almost every level that I've completed so far. I'm in the 4th world and having a really, really good time with it. Each level also has a variety of different side content that you can do, different challenges, and some of them actually have full out side quests that you can unlock that'll unlock new areas on the map for you to go to from a more specific challenge. For example, one of my favorites that I've come across so far is you have to race a bear in a floaty down a river, and you're trying to get to the end of the course before the bear does. It's full of this really zany, weird humor that I really appreciate. One of my other favorite pieces of side content that I've come across so far is if you take a certain route through a level, because each level can have multiple routes on your way through, that vary in terms of difficulties and vary in terms of your ability to complete some of those side challenges, where you meet a ridiculously buff seagull that works out by the beach, and he takes you to his workout center to kind of use so you can skate through there. It's weird. It's a lot of fun. It captures that aesthetic and that style perfectly. And as you complete a bunch of these challenges, you'll be rewarded with different clothing options, different skateboard options, so you can kind of customize your character in whatever way that you want along with your board. The ultimate goal is to get into Nirvana. Each area has a representative from this Nirvana as you're working your way up there, and it's a lot of fun. The skateboarding mechanics feel super tight, and I actually think it has a brilliant difficulty curve. There are some moves that you would just kind of anticipate learning right away, like even like a grab move, and that isn't introduced until much later on. But the way that you learn these different techniques and that they are kind of layered onto the experience, you learn them at a good pace, you're able to master them or at least get good at them, and then go back to earlier levels to complete some of those challenges that you may feel like, how could I have possibly done this, with your new arsenal as you kind of go back and understand. So the game has a ton of replayability in its mechanics and in its levels as well, as you try and get those high scores or work your way back through some certain challenges that you may have missed. The gameplay loop is so simple and so addicting in the best way, shape, and form. A lot of the levels have the perfect runtime. They're the perfect amount of content per level. I'm having an absolute blast with it so far. The music is also fantastic. It's just so much fun to listen to and just accompanies the whole experience so well. The way that you'll be moving through most of OlliOlli World is, using the left stick to control you'll You'll jump, you'll grind, you'll grab, you'll manual, you'll do all of the big things that you want to do in a skateboarding game, and combining all of them in a platforming experience as you're trying to get to the end of the level is just brilliant. I'm also not a big fan of doing a ton of trick modes in a lot of skateboarding games. I kind of like just the kind of more, reach this score or complete these challenges. So this fits perfectly for me because it is there. If you want it, you can run those high scores if you want to, but the way you'll do it, but you have a lot of flexibility in how you do that, and you have a set time frame as from the beginning to the end of the level. OlliOlli World has been fantastic. It's an absolute joy to play, especially in a year where there's a lot of really tough, in the year where there's a lot of big open world tough games. OlliOlli World is a bright spot in its brevity, and even still, I've been playing for about 12 hours now, and I still have more to go, and absolutely loving the experience. I heavily recommend checking out OlliOlli World wherever you can, because it is a wonderful game. Once again, huge shout out to Private Division for the code. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And we will see everyone on the next review. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Get the word out there. Check out the other content on the channel because we appreciate it very much. And we will see you on the next one. Peace out.